this past Sunday, after Mass, the door to the church was open, and 3 young people came in. They wanted to look around. I saw them as they entered, and I told them that after they'd finished, that they should come back to the back of church. There were pancakes. And they did. After they'd finished sitting quietly here in this front pew, they wandered back to where the food was and introduced themselves, and they told me why they were there. It turns out they like going to churches, wherever they go. Why is that? Well, they said that church is a special place. It feels different than the rest of the world, they said. So I wanted to understand a bit more. And one of them, his name was Michael, offered this. He said that online, people are often presenting only the good things in their lives, the successes, the polished versions of themselves. They put on their best face. You don't see how difficult things really are, or what's going on in the background. And he said that young people like him see through this. They know it's not the whole picture. It's not how life really is. There was something, Michael felt, about the church in its ancientness, maybe even in its inadaptability, and in the way it talks about troubles and shortcomings without editing. That has real appeal for a generation surrounded by carefully curated personas. Now, of course, not everyone will feel like Michael and his friends. Certainly, the church has also a history that others would characterize as condemning, exclusionary, even stuck in the past. And there are moments in that history that justify those criticisms. But I'm fascinated that there also seems to be something here for a new generation. Something about religion at its best, that invites honesty. Something about coming into a space where no one is pretending to have it all together, where the language is not just about success and achievement, but about failure, repentance, limitation, and even sin. Today, the church may present one of those much-needed, at least as articulated by Michael and his friends, one of those much-needed spaces. Now, it may not be the kind of space that a marketing agency would recommend for generating enthusiasm or a sense of achievement, but ironically, Ash Wednesday, where failings are acknowledged, could still be a rather attractive place to be. Especially in a world where so much of life is lived in public, where photographs are edited, captions crafted, and experiences presented for others to see, and where even moments of weakness are shaped for an audience. And yet this day, and this liturgy could also easily slip into that pattern, one into which human beings so often drift, and where, in the online world we find ourselves immersed, religion can become curated. Even here, people are tempted to perform. But today's gospel is calling this church and all people in search of the truth to put away artifice and to step out of the need to be seen, to stop managing impressions, even religious ones, and instead to stand before God without an audience. Today, let this church be what those young people sensed it could be. That kind of place, a place that is real, a place where we're honest about where we are and what we struggle with, a place where we're minded of the finiteness of life, a place where nothing needs edited.